My name is Terrie Best. I'm a native San Diegan, and I've been doing cannabis activism since 2009.
In the evolving fight for cannabis reform, one name in San Diego has become synonymous with grassroots advocacy: Terrie Best. For over a decade, she served as the relentless engine behind the San Diego chapter of Americans for Safe Access, pushing for policy, protecting patients, and standing up for equity in the cannabis space.
You know, I have to be honest, it's all been about the court systems in the very beginning, because so many patients were going into the criminal court system. And so I was finding myself in these trials writing narratives of how these cases were being tried and putting them out there into the cannabis community so people would understand, you know, if they were to get raided, how they could defend their case. And so that put me in courtrooms all over San Diego County.
Good afternoon, council committee members. I'm Terrie Best, and I'm a proud voter and member of District 3. I've been volunteering for cannabis patients since 2009 through the San Diego chapter of Americans for Safe Access. I've spent hundreds of hours in court assisting cannabis patients charged criminally. It is time to repair and restore the damage, and land use policy is going to be key to that endeavor.
From advocating for medical patients to calling out systemic inequities, Terrie's work culminated in one of San Diego's most impactful grassroots campaigns, Roll Up for Equity, a campaign that merged civil engagement with creative activism, urging citizens to let their voices be heard at City Hall.
I am Gain McCall, and together with Joanne Balbuena, we represent the Roll Up for Equity campaign.
It seems that our voices fall on deaf ears as our cries for justice and equity go unheard.
Currently, there is an inadequate number of retail cannabis outlets to serve the population of the city of San Diego. Also, there is a gender and racial disparity among the current license holders. This is common in the state of California, and that is why most cities have used state grant money to activate social equity programs.
Social equity is a way to go look at back policy and root out any kind of implicit or racism in a policy.
As associate producer on the Roll Up for Equity documentary, Terrie helped chronicle San Diego's struggles for cannabis equity and ensured its lessons would live on beyond public comment sessions and protest lines.
Terrie served as the chair of the San Diego chapter of Americans for Safe Access for 10 years, during which time she was really instrumental in orchestrating and implementing a number of campaigns aimed at improving patient rights and access. For example, she provided and arranged court support for many patients who were unfairly targeted under unjust cannabis criminalization laws. She conducted campaigns aimed at combating misinformation about cannabis, securing protections for both patients and programs along the way. And in 2014, she was even named Activist of the Year by Americans for Safe Access among thousands of people. So really goes to show the impact that she's had.
And it's been my pleasure to be able to have the opportunity and to be able to join that in that effort. And there's quite a bit of power being built in the communities. The voters are rallying. The politicians are looking at those votes, and it's motivating them. So it's working.
Terrie Best's influence endures, not in titles, but in the empowered voices, policies advanced, and communities strengthened by her decades of advocacy. While her role has evolved, her commitment to justice remains unwavering.